Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Beneath the Berg. I'm your host, Coach Sky, and today I'm with Brynn, Maya, and Alyssa. And this is going to be the last podcast episode of this season, or whatever you want to call it, until the fall. So what this episode's going to be covering is more like the shift into spring season, as well as like a little glimpse into what summer looks like for them. So I'll kind of pass the torch off to them, and I'll have them introduce themselves, their name, their year, where they're from, as well as their major. So who wants to go first?
Okay, I'm Brynn. I'm currently a junior here at Malone. I am majoring in early childhood and intervention specialist, and I am from Worcester, Ohio, so it's about 45 minutes from here.
I'm Maya. I'm a freshman here. My major is political science and English, and I'm from Richfield, Ohio, so also about like 45 minutes.
I'm Alyssa. I'm a sophomore, and I'm studying business administration and sport management, and I'm from Streetsboro, Ohio, so it's like 45 minutes too.
So this episode is actually really cool because it's actually the first episode with all three of you guys, and I know like they're all from different years too, so just a little bit, you guys will get different perspectives of a soon-to-be senior, soon-to-be sophomore, and soon-to-be junior, so I think this was really cool. So just kind of getting into it, Malone, I ask this question in every podcast, but why did you guys choose Malone? What made Malone stand out, or like why didn't you choose a different school? Like why Malone? Whoever wants to go first.
I can go first. So I had two sisters that came to Malone, so I kind of just like always had this school in the back of my mind. And then when I visited, like I was able, like the team was all hanging out when I was actually here on my visit, and I just saw the team culture, and it just seemed like super sweet, and I was like, yeah, that's something that was like really important to me, and like honestly more than like what's like showing on the field. I was like, I just want a team culture that's like healthy and everyone like seems to love each other and enjoy each other, so that's what made me come.
Yeah. I had family and a girl from my high school come here, so I kind of found out Malone that way, and I went on a visit here, and I just fell in love with the community and the culture.
Yeah, mine was like the same. I wanted like a smaller school that was close to home, and then my dad went here, so.
I never knew that. I never knew your dad went here. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so cool. So we're kind of wrapping up to like the end of the year. So it's end of the year. I think graduation's in a couple, like maybe less than a week or like about a week away. So it's kind of getting towards people moving out. People are just getting in the process of leaving the campus. So what does the end of the year look like at Malone? Someone want to explain that or take the graphs? Like what activities are there? Events that are being held, because I know Malone does a good job, and usually this spring there's a bunch of stuff going on just because it's nice outside. So, and then what has been your guys' favorite one, if you guys have even been to one?
There's lots of tanning.
Yeah.
Everyone lays outside.
Yeah, they just had like Spring Fest yesterday, which was just like a bunch of games outside in the quad. Like they had volleyball, spike ball, a bunch of stuff like that, and then I think that they also just do a lot of like SFOs for people who need their credits, but also it's just like a lot of laughs for the seniors. Mm-hmm. So I think that they like have some really fun ones that are like student led too.
Mm-hmm. And what have like been your guys' favorite thing to do? If you had to pick,
I think just like hanging out with the team. Like we play pickleball, we lay outside together. We go to like Gracie's house and lay outside too, so I think that's probably just the best part.
And the one day at practice, everyone came to practice burnt to a crisp. I felt so bad for Gracie because Gracie was literally so beet red, and then like the next day everyone was like red. So yeah, the UV's definitely been high, which is super weird because it's in Ohio. Like I know the one day a couple days ago it was like the UV was like 9.
Yeah, you got burnt.
I got so burnt. I was showing Alyssa and Sid. They were walking in, and I showed my leg was completely burnt to a crisp. I was like, oh my gosh. So I was like, hopefully I don't peel. You had Hannah peeling. Yeah, so it's rough life. You know, you wear your sunscreen for anyone, because I don't think I own a single bottle of sunscreen. And then kind of like backing off like the events and stuff, what is school time like? Like, do you find this time in the spring more stressful, or do you find like the fall more stressful? Is the spring more laid back? How have your classes been? And I know, Brynn, I don't know if you were on field experience or not. Like, how's that going? You can even talk about a little bit about that if you want.
Yeah, sure. This semester wasn't as busy. Usually it's the fall for me. I know next semester I have to get 60 hours of field. So it's going to be a little stressful, but Field wasn't that bad this semester. I only had to get 20 hours, and it was kind of more laid back because it wasn't like super busy with soccer in the spring. But yeah.
I would say for me, like, my classes this semester have definitely been like a little bit of a lighter workload than in the fall semester. I think part of it's the classes, part of it's just like soccer. We're not like traveling and doing stuff like that, so it just makes it easier to be here and get my work done. But I would say that like coming near the end of the spring has definitely been really stressful, just having a lot of assignments, a lot of exams coming up and stuff.
I only have 2 in-person classes.
Yes, it told me that.
So it's nice because I don't have to like actually get up and go to class, but I feel like with like the lighter soccer schedule, I feel like I don't ever do anything, and it's harder to like stay on top of my online classes when I just like don't have anything to do. Like I just feel like if I took the online classes in the fall, I would like have more of a set schedule with like soccer and practices and games, but like in the spring I don't. And so
I mental stability of trying to get it done. Yeah, no,
but it's nice to not have to go to class, so that's been better in the spring.
Nice. And then you guys mentioned soccer and the transition from soccer, because obviously the workload for soccer is a lot less in the spring than it is the fall, but some people also find it a little more challenging just because spring classes are so tough. How is that transition like? Do you like training in the fall rather than the spring, or like how was that transition with you guys from going from the fall training every day to the spring and not so much training every day?
I think it's like a little bit refreshing because you don't have like the same pressure in the spring that you do in the fall because there's no like real games or anything. But I think it can also be more tiring and you get more burnt out just because you might have like a lift day and a practice in the same day on top of classes. So I feel like it can be a lot, but there's like I feel like less pressure without a bunch of games.
Yeah, I for sure agree with that. I think that like sometimes I think physically the spring has been a little bit harder on my body, but also like not traveling is like the biggest thing that just like gives me a little bit of time in my evenings because I don't have to be gone. Yeah, so I think that's for me was like the biggest just like time.
Yeah, not having to sit in a van or a bus for
Yeah.
so long. And I know I can't focus on a bus, and like the past couple times we went on it, I was getting so like nauseous. Like,
So was it.
I literally was like, I can't even look at my screen. I just need to sit there and like kind of fall. I always try to fall asleep because I'm like I can't focus or anything like that. But it's definitely hard. So shifting to like spring, we do a thing called Grit Week, which is super fun. I know everyone loves it. So just a kind of a refresher of what Grit Week is. There's kind of 2 weeks to spring. There's like the first half of spring, which is a little more light. We do more focused on individually training, and in the second half we get adjusted to more hours that we're allowed to have with you guys on the ball. So the very first week is called Grit Week, and that's the first day or the first week we can finally get into more hours. So I'll have it, whoever wants to explain what Grit Week is and what you guys feel about it, go ahead, explain it to the audience.
Okay, so Grit Week is a whole week of just working to your best ability, even when it gets tough. So we work 5:30 in the morning, 5 to 7.
5:30.
5:30 to 7. Yeah, every morning, and it's a grind, honestly. It's mentally tough waking up that early and having to do like just hard workouts.
Yeah, it's all conditioning.
So I mean, touching the ball is probably not touching the ball is probably the hardest part of it all.
Do you guys have anything to add or?
No, yeah, I think she said it good. Like, it's mentally just so hard. And it is in the moment, like, physically hard, but you feel so, like, refreshed after it's over. Because it's, like, not even 8 o'clock and you
Got your workout.
conquered the world.
You have the whole rest of your day.
Yeah.
Things.
Was last year the first year you guys did it? Or was obviously you guys do like every year? Okay, so Brynn, how has it been every year? Do you know what to expect, or is it just different every time and you're just kind of like, or do you know like that mental toll that's going to hold on you?
So my sophomore year was the first year that we had Grit Week, And like coming into junior year, I knew what to expect, but once Grit Week was actually here, it was a lot different than last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think because last year was the first year that it was introduced. Like, she didn't like have like a whole bunch of like, I don't know.
Methodology,
Yeah.
workouts.
Yeah. So
I feel like she
yeah.
was a lot more prepared with it this year.
But, and then Maya, freshman, how was that coming into it? What did the girls prep, were you nervous? How was that first day? Like, what were you feeling that first day? Like, from all, like, the upperclassmen and the sophomores talking about it, what were you, like, expecting? And how was that reflected into that first day?
So I heard some, like, kind of rough stories about the year before, so I was really nervous. And then we got to the first day, and, like, you were leading it, and when you introduced the first thing, I was like, oh, okay, like, I can do that, like, I got that, and then I think just getting through the first day just gave me a deep breath of, like, oh, okay, like, that was hard, and, like, it sucked in the moment, but, like, I can make it through the rest of the week, and it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, kind of.
And then it was the same thing with you. How was, like, coming in again, knowing, like, what you were expecting, but now it was, like, a new year, like, you didn't know really what to expect, or what were you feeling? Were you feeling confident into it, or were you still, like, some nerves were still there, or trauma from the last week?
No, last year, like, my freshman year, I was, like, out for, like, the whole month before Grit Week, so then when Grit Week came, I was in, like, horrible shape, so it was, like, not very, like, I hated it, but then, like, this year I felt, so I was, like, a little bit more confident compared to my freshman year, but it's still, like, you just never know what to expect for Grit Week.
Well, Brynn, you're done with Grit Week. No more Grit Week for you, but Maya and Alyssa have to go through it. Just Maya a little more than Alyssa, but it'll still be good. It'll still be good.
She'll have to.
So with Grit Week, kind of shifting gears, if Grit Week was your most enjoyable part of the season, which I doubt it probably is, but what has been the most enjoying part of spring season to you guys? Do you have a favorite memory, like, it could be either from, like, a lift, from anything like that, anything from the spring season. It doesn't have to be strictly just soccer. It can be, like, part of lifts and stuff like that.
I think since we lost so many players this year, and we are, like, such a small team right now, I think just, like, creating that bond with everybody has really been, like, a special part of the spring season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I feel like there's a lot of people that I didn't really talk to in the fall. Obviously, it's my first year, so, like, I kind of just, like, talked to the, like, inner group of freshmen. I was like, I'm just going to, like, talk to these people and, like, not branch out. So I think, like, having a smaller group really helped because I was able to, like, get to know more faces, and Brynn was my lifting partner, so, like, we lifted every Wednesday and, like, just get to know her better, and just things like that helped a lot.
Yeah, I would agree. I think we all just got so much closer. Like, even when I would go and partner lift with Maria, like, there would be, like, 2 other groups that would come and lift with us just because we always, like, I just feel like we always wanted to, like, do stuff together as a team, which was probably just my favorite part.
Oh, good. So now kind of shifting gears now from the spring, looking forward into the summer. When you're leaving campus, what are you going to miss the most during, like, the summertime from being here? What is the one thing you're going to miss the most?
Seeing everyone.
Do you guys get, like, bummed out, or are you super excited to go home, or is it just kind of like okay?
I'm excited to be done with, like, school and to, like, actually go home, but, like, not seeing everyone will be weird because I see them, like, 5 days a week for, like,
for sure.
so long.
It feels super weird.
Yeah.
I think that, and, like, just working out, going back to working out alone kind of sucks. Just even, like, this week of us being done with soccer and, like, going to work out, and I'm like, oh, it's, like, kind of sad to go by yourself again. So just that is, like,
Yeah, kind of what Alyssa said. It's also, like, hard trying to find time to see everybody during the summer because everybody lives so far away.
Well, let's talk about the summer workout packet. Kind of shifting gears to the summer workout packet. So just talk about what's it include, and how does it help keep you accountable during, like, the off season, like, during into the summer? How does that packet help? Obviously, it hasn't been sent out to you guys yet. We're still in the works, but, like, how has past ones helped you? Brynn, I know you've been through it a couple times. Maya, you've been through it once. Alyssa, you've been through it a few times. So talk about it a little bit.
So for the summer packet, we kind of have a mixture of running, distantly, sprinting, and just, like, lifting and everything. In the past, we usually did it by day, so I think Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we all had, like, a run to do, and then Tuesday, Thursday was kind of those lifting days. But I also do like a club team during the summer, so I kind of do that and the packet, which is just overload.
Yeah, I feel like you covered it pretty well. For me, I basically like took the summer packet and would do like the workouts, and then sometimes like when it got closer to the end, mostly because I just like needed to get myself through the beep test and like passing that well with like keeping my body like from breaking down basically before our season even starts. I think I just like modified different things to whatever like I needed in that moment. So like for passing the beep test for me, I just knew I needed to include more sprint workouts. So then I just like added that onto the days I would lift.
Yeah, I think the summer packet also has like technical and like positional drills and like shooting drills, so that's nice for like if you don't play on a club team, like you can go to the field and do those and like knock your run out all at one time.
And just kind of for like my personal standpoint of describing it, what the summer packet is we obviously aren't there for you guys, so we give them the summer packet, which includes little information too, like logistical information, like our games, important like dates to remember, and like little motivational quotes. It explains our iceberg philosophy because it also goes into to the incoming freshmen that are coming on our team. So they get a little gist of little input of like what our program is about and just like a typical preview of the workouts and stuff that you may see again. And of course the beep test is in there. Obviously we can't force them. This isn't a mandatory thing, just because we can't do it, but we just kind of give it to them for guidance and just to see if they were to use it. If they do utilize it, great. If they don't, we won't know. Or if you come to the spring season and you come out of shape, we will know, but it's just kind of there as a guideline and a guideline for them. Nothing's mandatory, so just kind of giving you guys a blueprint on like what to do if you guys need help or anything like that. But with the like, there must be something you love and dread about the summer packet. What are some things that you like and don't like from it? Or like, what's your least favorite thing on the packet?
I like the running, but I don't like the lift.
I'm the opposite. I'd rather lift, so I do my run like as like fast as I can, just so I can get it over with, and then like I actually like enjoy going through the lifts, kind of.
Yeah, I like the lifts more than the running.
And then obviously you're by yourself. You're not with somebody unless you maybe if you live close to some other people you can maybe get together, but every day would probably be a toll, kind of hard to do. So how do you stay motivated during that? Like what keeps you like held accountable and just get motivated to do those things on your own?
For me, like last summer I didn't really know anyone. I only knew my roommate. And we didn't really know each other. We just like met on Instagram, got coffee once. So I didn't really like have anyone that I could connect with. So for me, it was kind of just like my motivation was just like, hey, I'm not gonna come into this season like out of shape, and I was just like, I'm gonna do whatever I can to do that, and then like I'm not gonna not pass the beep test. So like whatever I can do to do that was.
Kind of what Maya said. I just kind of held myself accountable for it. To get in shape for the upcoming fall season because I knew I wanted to play my best and be my best, so that always helped. And then my roommate lived like 25 minutes away from me, so we met up like once or twice just to run the beep test and stuff like that.
And Alyssa, if you want to go with that?
I mean, I just think knowing that everyone is like working as hard as they can to like be better, like motivates me, and it's like, okay, if they're all doing it, then I can do it too. And then like sometimes I'll get like my club teammates or my high school teammates or even my sisters, like if I really am not motivated that day, I'll be like, okay, come do this with me or come with me or like just come with me. You don't even have to do it, but just sit there so like I have someone to like hold me accountable.
So obviously you mentioned like your teammates, like your friends. I'm sure you guys stay in contact with them over the summer. Do you guys, like, if you guys have questions or anything, do you ever talk to them or like ask them if they do it? Do they help you stay motivated? Do they check up on you, seeing if you're doing it, or they're like, hey, I'm confused. Did you do this? How does that process look like?
I think they're not really like regular check-ins. I feel like it's more just like random. Like I know my freshman year, like we had to like send in scores sometimes, but we don't do that anymore. But like I'll text Sid sometimes and she'll be like, oh, like how's the packet going? But it's never like every week.
Yeah.
I don't check in with her or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then now kind of shifting near the end, away from soccer and away from stuff like that. But what is your personal goals going into the summer? Have any personal goals, soccer related or not, just over the summer that you're looking forward to?
I talked about running a half marathon, but I don't know if I'm actually going to do it.
That'd be so fun.
I didn't even sign up for one yet. I just kind of said it. But I feel like now if I say it out loud, I have to
You have to do it now.
Yeah.
You gotta let me know which one you do.
I will if I ever actually sign up for one.
You gotta let me know.
Yeah, I don't really know.
It's okay if you don't know. It's okay.
Mine's kind of just focused on soccer.
Yeah, it can be soccer too. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter. But what are you guys most excited for in the summer? Do you have trips planned? Internships that you're looking forward to? Stuff like the club teams maybe you're on or anything like that. What are you most looking forward to?
I'm going on 3 vacations this summer. So
Slay!
Florida twice, and then I'm gonna go to Alaska. So that'll be fun.
So fun.
Oh, that'll be so fun. I've always wanted to go to Alaska.
Yeah,
Oh, that'll be good.
I don't really have anything planned. I'm working. Right now I have one job lined up, and it's Kona Ice. So I don't know if you ever seen that shake ice stuff. Drive a little truck around.
There you go.
Do you have some drive it?
Yeah. So if you see a Kona Ice truck,
It might be
be
me.
Maya.
Yeah, I'm going to Florida and then I'm going to Jamaica. So that's
Ooh.
so fun. I'm excited for that.
That's super exciting. Oh, yay. And then kind of like, I like to end like each podcast with like a little, kind of like with a little grain of salt, giving advice to the people who are watching. So this week's question is, what's something you wish you had known during your first summer preparing for your first college season that you could give athletes who are just coming into the college world? So what is that one piece of thing that you wish you knew coming in? Obviously, Brynn, you have to think back a little bit. Maya, this is more recent for you. But what's just one piece of advice that you would give someone who's doing the summer packet?
I would say like it's okay if you have to like modify a workout or like move them around. I feel like freshman year I would get so stressed if I couldn't get like if it happened to like rain so I couldn't go out and like do the run, like I would get like stressed and I don't know. But then like sophomore year coming in, like if I had to move the days around or like modify it because I couldn't get to the field, so instead I would just like go do a different type of run, like it's okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to get so stressed out if you can't do exactly what the packet says every day.
Yeah, I think that similar for me. Like, I just would get really stressed, and I would like, when I first got the packet, I was like, oh my goodness, like there's no way I can do all this, and like got super stressed about it. And like when I got into it, I was like, oh okay, like this is okay. And then even like coming here, in the fall, I was just super anxious, and I was like, oh, like what all these what ifs, and then I was just like, I mean, you're hanging out with these girls like literally 6 days a week for like months. Like you really just like, there isn't a lot to worry about, and if you're worrying about something, like someone else is too, and there's always someone to talk to about it.
Yeah, just don't like overly stress about it. Just prepare yourself for the fall however you want to prepare that for yourself.
Cool. And then the last question is usually fun, and just kind of going off on a high note here. With summer being around the corner, what's your like go-to ice cream flavor or ice cream place? What's like the go-to one that you guys like?
I like all things chocolate, but Pabst Creamery is probably my favorite ice cream place.
I have 2 options. Hartzler's, dairy, and then what was the other one? I forget the other one. It's so embarrassing.
No, it's okay. It's just an ice cream place.
And then I usually get like a twist with sprinkles.
I like frozen yogurt the best.
I love frozen
So,
yogurt.
like any frozen yogurt, but sometimes it depends on my mood, because I like cake batter, so I'll get cake batter, but then sometimes I'm in a mood for like a fruity, like, I guess like sorbet type of thing from the frozen yogurt. But I like the toppings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the best part. I love frozen yogurt. If I had go ahead.
I remember it.
Okay, go ahead.
Heavenly Delight.
Oh, that place is good. I like that place.
Let's go.
I would say mine, I have 2 flavors that I kind of go in between for. Anything like black raspberry, I like, with like chocolate inside them, like depending what I'm feeling.
That place that she said has a really good one.
I'm gonna have to try it because I literally, like, any place I go, I look for like the black raspberry with the chocolate in it. I just think it's so good. And then I'll also switch between like the coffee one with also like chocolate chips in it, which is really good. But I've always loved going to Grater's. I love Grater's. I feel like there's not really much around here.
They're black raspberry.
They're black, so good. I lived in Columbus, so they had a bunch over there. So I would
the
go.
The only one I know is the one in Pinecrest.
I know the one. There's one in Beechwood, I think, too, in Cleveland.
Yeah.
But Grater's ice cream, I love it. I haven't had it in a while. But I used to have pints. And I used to take pints home because they were so good, and I would just eat my pint of ice cream. But other than that, that was kind of it. I want to thank the audience. Thanks for listening. I'm kind of bummed out that this is the last episode of the season. So hopefully you guys got a good clip of what the girls thought of the spring was and is going into the summer. And any final words or anything like that? Well, thanks guys. I really appreciate you guys having me or having here and coming here. But this is the last episode of Beneath the Berg. I'm your host, Coach Sky, and I was here with Brynn, Maya, and Alyssa. See you guys later.